Hey guys, Jasper here, aka Mr. Cook It, and today we'll be continuing with our Thanksgiving cooking series, as we'll call it. Today we're doing cranberry sauce and some gravy, turkey gravy, from scratch. This is not your ordinary gravy that you make at home on the regular Thanksgiving. I'm doing a little different step because we are sous videing the turkey breasts. So I have the carcass and wings to make a stock that will make the best gravy you ever had. Believe me, this is restaurant quality. This is chef-made gravy, something you will love. Let's do it. Okay, so we're going to start making our turkey stock. So that we need the carcass. I cut the wings in pieces, and we're going to roast that at 400 degrees. That's going to take about 20 to 30 minutes. Just keep your eye on it. While that's happening, I diced up all the leftover skin and fat, and then we started to render it on low heat. That's going to take a couple hours. And okay, so the bones have roasted through the magic of YouTube. Okay, so yeah, I did a light roast. Don't want to get it too dark. And I'm doing this in a pressure cooker. I know not everyone's going to have a pressure cooker. You can just cook it in a pot on the stove with all the exact same ingredients the way I'm doing it. It's just going to take you about 6 hours to get the same result I'm going to get in 45 minutes. So yeah, so all the ingredients I'm adding in here will be in the description below. You just got to check. So I added a couple stalks of celery, a couple onions cut in half, peeled, one carrot cut up, some mushrooms, a bay leaf, some peppercorns, and that is some Knorr chicken base, 1 teaspoon. It'll add something a little extra, and then we add about 4 liters of water. So it's not even a ton of water here that we need, because when you pressure cook it, all the flavor is going to come out pretty quick. It doesn't really reduce. And yeah, look at that. So it's been 45 minutes. It came up to pressure, and then you set it up for 45 minutes. So while that's happening, I'm going to drain the fat that was rendered. Yeah, it looks good. You can do it a little bit more, get it a little more crispy, and then you can actually use these like little crunchy bits of skin and fat. But I just wanted to get it to this point. I don't want to get it bitter. So here we go. And okay, so I'm going to make a sachet to go into my cranberry sauce while the stock is being made. So all these spices will be in the description below. Just make sure you check the amounts. Nothing crazy. I'm using a coffee filter or pour over filter. It's paper. Just tying it up with some butcher twine. Add some extra flavor. Oh yeah, look at that. And then a couple cinnamon sticks. Okay, so this is 1 bag of fresh cranberries, 340 grams, 12 ounces, however you want to measure it. And then we add some sugar, okay? So that is 1 cup of sugar, or you could say it's about 215 grams of white sugar. Okay, add in the cinnamon sticks. Then we add that sachet, or little bag. And then I'm going to do the zest of 1 lemon. I use the microplane. Microplane's your friend, guys. If you don't have a microplane, go get a microplane. You need one of these. The zester doesn't cut it anymore. No one uses zesters anymore. You got to use a microplane. Okay, so that, and then half the zest of 1 orange. And then after I get the zest of this 1 orange, I'm going to juice this orange. Okay, so that's going to give me about half a cup of orange juice. And then I top that up with just a little bit of water, so it comes to 1 cup of liquid. Okay, just add it in there. So we're going to bring this to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, we turn it down to a simmer and cook it for 10 minutes. So once it reaches 10 minutes, all you need to do is set it to the side. Leave the sachet and everything in there. Set it aside. Don't stir it too much or else you'll break the sachet, and let it cool down so the flavor can infuse from the spices. And we'll pull those out once it's cool. Okay, so stock. So if you don't, I strain it through a strainer, but I go 1 extra step and put it through this extra fine like mesh. Okay, you got to reduce that for a few hours, and then once that's done, you can commence and continue this process of making the gravy. So here, I used about 60 mils of turkey fat that I rendered from earlier, as you could have seen. Okay, and then I'm going to sear up the giblets, so whatever organ meat that's inside of the turkey when you get it. So I got a heart and I got the liver, so that's what I'm going to be searing off in here. Sometimes you get kidneys and stuff. It's all the same. I soaked them in water for a few hours before I use them, and then I drain the water, dry them off a bit. I didn't even season them. You don't even need to, because your gravy is going to have, you're going to season your gravy up. Doesn't really make a difference. So I seared those off, And then at this point, you just add the same amount of flour as you did fat. So if you do about 60 mils of flour, you do the equal part of the fat that was already in there. So you just want to balance it out so it absorbs all that fat, and then you don't have a greasy looking gravy. And this we're going to cook out for a few minutes. Make sure you get a little bit a nutty brown color. And then I'm going to deglaze it with a little bit of port. You can sub this out for madeira, sherry, whatever you want. You don't even have to add the alcohol if you don't want. It just adds an extra hint of richness and a little sweetness to it. So here I add the stock. As you can see, the stock is a nice rich color because it's reduced to the 1 liter from the previous. And I slowly add it a little bit at a time, bring it up to a boil so it thickens and it fully blooms and hydrates the flour. Okay. So after it's been simmering for a few minutes, I'm going to add the giblets back in there. And then I continue cooking for about another 10 minutes on low simmer. It's nothing crazy. And once it comes to the point that you want it to be, you just blend it with the hand blender. And then you can blend it as fine as you want. You can leave it chunky. I like leaving it a little bit chunky. People aren't going to know there's organs in here. You can just tell them it's gravy, and they'll think it's like pieces of the turkey or whatever in the sauce. It tastes really good. You can't really discern that there's bits of liver in there, but it adds a lot of flavor. So I recommend doing it like this. And also, I finished seasoning off this gravy with some pepper, which I haven't shown you. I don't show in this video, but some freshly ground pepper. And then I add some salt, as well as I add some brown braising sauce, which is a soy product. You can just use soy sauce. You don't even have to use it. I use about a tablespoon or so. And then I finish it off with a sachet, and I let it cool with that so it infuses. Delicious! Let's do it. You'll love this. AKA best gravy ever. Boom. Bloop. Hey guys, thanks for all your support. Keep liking and subscribing. Hit that bell so you get notified when new videos come out. And I just want to make this clear. All my recipes that I make in these videos are all in the description. So it says the amounts and the ingredients. You just have to follow the video step by step to make it through the process, okay? So you get the end result that's desired. And thanks for all your support. Awesome. See you later, guys.